Hi, everyone. Today I have a word for you, and it's burning in my spirit. I want to ask you with all my might that you rise up, take up your bed, and walk. If you read John chapter 5, it talks about a man who suffered an infirmity for 38 years and was waiting by the pool for his turn. Jesus met the man, and he knew he had been there a long time in his state. And he said to him in John chapter 5 and verse 6, he's met the man and he said, "Wilt thou be made whole?" And the man's excuse was every time he tried, someone else would go ahead of him and get into the pool and they would receive their healing. But the question was, will you be made whole? The man had that excuse. What excuse are you making? Jesus said to him, "Rise up, take up your bed, and walk." You want to know the thing is, he's still saying that to those of you who are stuck in that place. Whether it's been 5 years, 2 years, 10 years, 28 years, 38 years, you've been stuck in a place. It could be a bad marriage. It could be a bad place. It could be a place in your mind, a situation, a sickness, an infirmity. Something has you stuck for a while. And Jesus said, the instruction, he's asking first the question, do you want to be healed? Do you want to be made whole? And then the next thing is, he's giving you instructions on what to do. He said, rise up, take up your bed, carry your assignment, carry this burden and walk. So between verse 6 of John chapter 5 and then verse 14, between verse 6 and 14, there were some Jews that wanted to question this man as they saw him carrying his bed. And they was like, it's unlawful for you to be carrying your bed on the Sabbath day. And the man said, well, this man told me I could. And in that moment, I was like, wow, God. That reminds me of the legalistic folks that will question you when you start to do the things of God, when you start to walk in the assignment that He has for you. What is God telling you to do? You finally have the oomph to do it because you're like, you know what, I'm going to get out there and do it. But you're listening to the naysayers and you're listening to the people who say, no, that's unlawful, that's illegal. Really? If God chose you, who can deny it? In Ephesians chapter 4, he said he gave some apostles, he gave some prophets, pastors, evangelists. He didn't say man gave you. He said he did. What did he tell you that you haven't been obedient to that assignment yet? I'm telling you, he rebuked me today. He sent someone to rebuke me and tell me, not really rebuke me harshly, just to remind me that God is the one that's called me to the position, that's told me who I am. And I don't need to be ordained by someone first before I walk in it. I don't need to wait for the pool or the water to be troubled to know I can walk in my calling. So from between verse 6 to verse 14, this man had to go through a process, right? And then Jesus met the man again and he said to him, you are made whole. Go sin no more. Because if you continue the way if you go back into sin, guess what? There's going to something worse could befall you. So that's a warning. You need to believe that God is the one that made you whole. And now you can walk that thing out, walk that calling, walk that with full assurance that He led you there. And don't go return to the thing that is not for you, because then a worse situation can occur. That's a warning from the Lord. So whatever you get out of this word today, I pray that you'll rise up, carry your bed, and walk. God bless you.